I think one major reason why a lot of people doomstone is FOMO, fear of missing out. Personally, I feel like that's the major reason why a lot of people are unable to identify their distractions and even deal with it. There are some of us that will be like, if I no come online today, go do me like say I want die. And if you check what they are coming online for, it's not like you have a mail that somebody is giving you a job offer or something. You just want to see amebo.
Research has actually shown that when you stay away from your phone for some time, you have time to think about your life.
Is there a way we can
you know, you have time to think about your life. I mean, I used to say this phone used to make people insane. It just keeps you away from reality.
Unnecessarily busy.
You know, so when you have that time away from it, you'll be able to make plans for the future. You begin to remember things that even God has said to you. You remember plans you had that you had made that did not find expression.
When you give your brain to short form content, too much short form content, like you said,
you're already shortening your attention span.
And what you don't understand is that by the time you now try to get yourself to do a long task, it automatically becomes boring. So you now notice that me that used to work for 2 hours before, I can no longer work for 2 hours stretch. Like by 30 minutes, something's already itching you need to do something else. Yes, that's the impact. So if you know you want to live a highly productive life, you want to live a life that is normal, that you will not regret, please avoid doom scrolling. By all means, cut down on your distractions. Hello everybody and welcome to Youth Connect on edentv. Youth Connect is a program where we tackle issues that are relative to youth in our society today. My name is Goodness Aliu and my friend here is
Esther Nathaniel.
Without wasting your time, please tell them, what are we talking about today?
Okay, so we'll be talking about distractions, how to deal with distractions, and we'll be looking at doom scrolling, to be precise, in our conversation today. So would like you to stay tuned, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I think we should start by defining what a distraction is. And a distraction is something that shifts our focus from something that we're meant to be focusing on. Like it's something that just takes us away from something that is supposed to be major and keeps us focusing on something that is minor. That's just how I'm going to define a distraction.
Yes, and I would say when we're looking at distraction, we would see that there is usually a focus. Like you said, there's usually a focus. But many a times when there is no focus, I don't really think the people define it as distraction. So if you have a focus, then we can now be talking about taking you away from what is important, right? So for me, I say the focus is a necessity when we are looking at that topic of distraction. So what are you even focusing on? Before we now say, I'm distracted. What are you focusing on, right? So
I think some of the things that we can focus on today is purpose. Living a life of purpose. And then there's also school too, for people that are in school. And then there is church. Like anything can be what your focus. But when you now allow other things that are not meant to have your focus at that particular point in time, it becomes a distraction.
You know, this thing you just said just brings me to the point where I see how, you know, in our society today, I feel like many people have identity crisis. So I don't see how the person will be talking about purpose when they don't even know who they are.
Exactly.
So this purpose thing is like saying, this is why. Purpose is like why, right? So I don't even know my why. So I'm not chasing my why. So even when I'm distracted from my why, I don't even know I'm distracted from the why. Exactly. So people just live their lives like that without even realizing that they don't know themselves. So as we're talking about purpose, I want us to look at that part of the identity, like the issue with identity that we have these days. And some people don't even know they have it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. So,
and I think that the reason why some people are still yet to discover their identity is because they still don't understand that they are distracted. You know, you have to stop the distraction to now focus on finding yourself.
Oh yes.
If you don't stop that distraction, you will still be somebody that you don't know that you are.
Yeah, truly.
So I think fundamentally we should just, that's why we are handling this topic today. We should deal with the distraction. By the time we identify some of these distractions today and eventually help our viewers deal with them, then they will now have the time, the space, and the right frame of mind to actually sit down and evaluate themselves. Who am I? Okay, let's talk about okay, I know we are zooming in on doom scrolling today, but let's just give some other examples of distractions that we have today.
Okay, we have basically they are actually categorized into three. We have external distractions, internal distractions, and digital distraction. So I think this doom scrolling we're looking at is actually under digital distraction. So external distractions are those distractions that are around us. They are not really part of us. And then maybe we can look at maybe people, places, different other things that are in our ecosystem. While the internal distraction, most of the time, it comes from inside of us. And do you know what I've realized? That many people fall into that trap. Like, most of us are in that place where it is even the internal distraction that is more of our problem than the ones that are external. Do you get? So I see that that internal distraction, let's say your background, all of the things you have gathered, problems from your father's house, you're correct. All of the things that you have been gathering so far, growing up to becoming whatever you are at the moment, those are like the things that goes on in your mind. You know, those are the internal distractions. And we already said there is digital distraction. Our phone is a problem. TVs, oh god. I say, if there's anyone that is a problem to me, I used to tell people, I say, this phone is a problem, but we don't know. You know, so our phones, if you don't, if you let it control you, that's when it becomes a distraction. But if you can control it
and use it productively,
oh yes, it becomes useful to you, like what it was designed to do in the first place. Do you get?
Yes.
So
okay, I think now is a very good time for us to get into the doom scrolling proper, since you already spoke about the phone.
Yeah.
And I think one reason why many people, okay, we're talking about the reasons why a lot of people doom scroll now.
Yeah.
I think one major reason why a lot of people doom scroll is FOMO.
Do you know that many people don't even know what doom scrolling is?
Okay. Yeah, that's
so the word doom scrolling is everybody that will just you know. So I think it's two words in one.
Yes, doom.
So there's doom and there's scroll. So doom is like a bad news, something bad, and then scrolling is like I'm looking through my phone and all of that. So doom scrolling is you perpetually scrolling through your phone to look for bad news by yourself,
and without even realizing that you're looking for bad news.
Oh yes. So there's that thing, and in our world today, in this our Nigeria, that's glory to God, you know. So in our world today, that's like in your what's it called, your feeds,
your news feed,
what comes in is just the doom upon doom upon doom. So you keep seeing it, and why are you not leaving it? That's what we're talking about, right? So the fact that people keep going over this bad news and they are not getting tired of the bad news, they keep going there. I think that's what we're really so you guys should know that doom scrolling is
and then I feel like there's another part, or there's a subset of doom scrolling where it's not that they are going out for bad news, it's just that they are addicted to scrolling.
Oh yes.
So whether it's bad news, whether it's good news, whether they are just there 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And the crazy thing, okay, let me not jump ahead of myself, because I was going to say the crazy thing about this thing is that it affects our mind and we don't even know. But then let's talk about why we cannot stop, like why it's difficult to stop. And I was going to say FOMO, like the fear of missing out. Personally, I feel like that's the major reason why a lot of people are unable to identify their distractions and even deal with it. Because there is this thing with us as youths that if I know common, you know, we are in Nigeria, so there are certain things I want to explain and I have to speak pidgin. So in case you are a foreign viewer, please just bear with me. So there are some certain things that you would want to. Okay, I was saying that if you want to, as a youth in our world today, in Nigeria today, there are some of us that will be like, if I no come online today, it go do me like say I want die. And if you check what they are coming online for, it's not like you have a mail that somebody is giving you a job offer or something. You just want to see Amebo.
That's true.
You just want to see what is happening on Instagram. Right. You just want, like, there is this urge to always be current, to know what's happening with this celebrity, to know who has bought the latest Bugatti, to just know. And funny enough,
people that don't even know you.
People that don't even, do you get? You are buying data to watch the video of somebody that YouTube, that Facebook, that Instagram is paying for having an account.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that something is wrong. And the painful thing about this FOMO is that as we are afraid of missing out, is now at the expense of our productivity.
Oh, yes.
So in a place where you are supposed to maybe read your book, for instance, as a student, or read your Bible as a church worker, or shall do anything that is important, where you are supposed to do all that, you will now leave all those ones and now come online.
Yeah.
Yes, be checking one video, checking two videos, checking three. And if somebody asks you, you'll be like, you don't want me to know what is happening. It's not like you want to actually know what is happening. You are just afraid that something will pass you by. And that thing is psychological. Nothing is passing you by.
Curiosity is
there. That curiosity is there. And actually, if you miss coming online for like a week or something, let's say a week, a month, or even a year, you will not die. Nothing will happen to you. The world will still continue. In fact, we live your best life.
You know, this thing that you're talking about, I also see it in another way where some of them cannot help it.
Yeah.
And it has, I don't know if it was, that dopamine thing. Okay, that's, what's it called now? There's this hormone that is
a neurotransmitter.
Oh, yes. That when you're doing something that excites you, that you like, your brain just keeps pushing you to that place. And people don't even realize that this is what is doing me. So they keep, they keep going back there. They keep doing what they are doing. And because they cannot help themselves. And that's what I'm saying. Some people don't even know they are distracted. Because if I see it as a problem, I'll begin to work towards fixing my problem.
Free from it.
Do you get it? So I think that's part where they cannot help themselves. I feel like that psychological or neurological explanation to it is another reason why I feel they cannot really just stop doing what they are doing. And I think
we can tie that thing you said about identity to what we are talking about now.
Yes.
Some people who do not know their identity, there's this urge to always.
There's no urgency. They don't have that sense of urgency in them.
The kind of urgency they have is to look at the latest person and see how they can fashion their lives according to that person.
Comparison.
And that's why nowadays we have secondary school children that want to be like Davido. You see, they're already tying bandana.
And I think Davido is even old school. This thing you're talking about. This name they used to call these days. That I'm like, who is this one again? That one is even old school now. Because
and so that thing with them where they don't know their identity, where there is this sense of wanting to belong. And so they just, since everybody happens to be on Instagram, well, let me just be there. Maybe I will just, along the line, I'll just find myself.
Me, I'm not on Instagram.
Really?
I don't know what they do there.
Really?
I had an account. Really? Because I don't know people are addicted. Because anyways, let's just help them. We're trying to help.
I think we should even come in with dealing from it from there. And it's a very good thing that you are not on Instagram. You don't know what the Lord has done for you.
Right? The truth is, I actually had an account. But I did not know what to do. Like, I didn't know what to do there. I'm sitting with the Instagram. When I go to the page, I will just do like this. I'm like, is this all we do here? Because I didn't even know how to post. I was not willing to ask anybody how to post. I just keep telling people, I don't know what they are doing in this Instagram. I don't know how, Deborah, is it Ochedo, that lady
Deborah,
I used to wonder, how does she used to post? Because me, I don't even know how to use the Instagram in the first place. So when I see people addicted to it, I used to ask, how are you using it? What are you even doing? Because I don't know what to do. That's why we said the purpose thing is a big factor. If you even know who you are, there are some things that you will not be interested in naturally.
Depending on who you are.
There are things you will not be interested in at all. You will just leave it and say, I beg, this is my life.
It's not.
People that do content, I used to say, these people have ways because I cannot stay on my phone for that long. So everybody just, if you know who you are, there are certain things that you will not be tempted to want to be like.
It will not even come to your mind.
Right? So I think it's a big one.
Okay, let's come in from this angle where in dealing with distractions, I think one sacrosanct thing or one fundamental thing is to identify the why of why you are on social media. Like this doom scrolling thing is relative to social media. Why are you on social media? If you have a purpose, or if you have I feel like if you have a reason why you're on social media, there's a high chance that you will not be much of a doom scroller.
Yeah.
Because even if you are consuming content, your content will be streamlined.
Yes.
It will not be haphazard.
Truly.
Take for instance, you are somebody that does a podcast and you're always posting online. Chances are that your feed will be more of other podcasters
that you're
and
learning
how
from,
to improve, and then you are actually learning from it. But if you are just on social media for cruise, for vibes, just for the fun of it, then there's endless fun. And from consuming endless fun, you become addicted. So I think the first thing or the first way to deal with this distraction that is called doom scrolling is to identify why exactly you have a social media account.
Oh yes.
Why are you there? Are you there for fun? Are you there for booze? Or you are there to actually contribute, to lend a voice to the society?
And to be productive to your, yeah. So I feel like we should talk about the internal distraction part.
Okay.
I don't know, but I just feel like, how about we see what that part is? You know, you said something now. You said something about how that if you have a reason why you're going to social media, I just remember the fact that was it yesterday or today, I went online to do something. It was another thing. You know, I want to also look at the fact that you too that has a purpose for going online to scroll, you can also be distracted
and tempted too.
Oh yes, you can also be distracted, but then there's that place where we pause and ask ourselves, why did I come here again? Because if you remember why you came, you go back because that was what happened to me. I was like, today I'm going to tell Sister Goodness what just happened. I'm going to tell her that distraction happened to me. You know, so if I can pause again and ask myself, why am I think you mentioned it, why am I doing what I am doing? It will just keep me in that place where I'm focused in a way. I am hitting the target and I'm moving, right? So that's my thoughts.
Okay, I think another thing we can do to break this cycle of doom scrolling is to set boundaries.
Yeah.
This setting boundaries thing is something that is, I want to say, the most difficult, but probably tomorrow something might come that is more difficult. But for now, I think setting boundaries when it comes to social media, when it comes to reining our focus, setting boundaries is something that is very difficult.
Yeah.
And one thing I've learned in life is the fact that there are some things that feel like they are the most difficult thing to do, but they are actually the most useful things
to us.
So when you find yourself struggling to set boundaries, struggling to control yourself, it's actually because that is in natural order. That's something that you are supposed to be doing. But because there's a part of you that is highly distracted and that enjoys distraction, that basks in distraction, you find it difficult to set boundaries. So when I say set boundaries, what exactly do I mean? It's not a bad thing to want to come online. It's not a bad thing to want to be on Instagram or Facebook or all those things. But you can sit down and be like, okay, I have work to work. Okay, maybe I work from 9 to 5, 9 to 4. And then I find out that, oh, anytime I come back after bathing, my way of relaxing is now spending 5-6 hours on Instagram. And then before you know, I'm tired, I sleep off. You can decide that when you come back from work, okay, we are pegging this scrolling thing at 1 hour. And then discipline will now come in from there, because you cannot set and maintain boundaries without discipline.
Oh yes.
Like, you have to recognize that I am wasting time on social media. You have to recognize that this 5-6 hours I'm putting into this
is too much.
It's too much. I can put it into something else and I will yield productive results. So by the time you recognize that, oh, this thing is a distraction, and you intentionally decide to peg it at 1 hour, you make progress.
Yeah, and I think for some people, the discipline part is their problem.
It is very hard. That's why I said it's
to now become disciplined, like we say, is where the fight actually is for some. Some people have already identified the whole doom scrolling internet to be a problem to them. But how do I now discipline myself to? So maybe you will tell us more. Okay. How do I become that disciplined person to do this?
I think one way we can should I say establish discipline? Okay, I think one way we can cement our discipline is to replace the habit.
Yes.
Doom scrolling is a habit.
Oh yes, oh
Those
yes.
5 hours that you notice you are devoting to the worship of the god of doom scrolling every day,
Yeah,
pick 1 hour from inside and channel the other 4 hours into something.
truly.
Now this channeling part is very, very important, because it's not enough to say I will do it for 1 hour. What will you use the remaining 4 hours to do?
Yes.
If you don't assign a task to those 4 hours,
you will
still go back. So by
Mhm.
the time you are like, okay, since I notice I'm spending so much time, how about we do 1 hour, and then for the next 2 hours I'm reading this book, for the next 3 hours I'm doing this work. Like, tie a task.
Yes.
It's something that you do very intentionally.
Yeah.
Because if you don't tie something to that time, nature abhors vacuum.
Yes, and we're creatures of habits.
Exactly.
So it is what you teach your brain to do that it will do. Truly.
And your brain is wired to work.
Yes.
Your brain cannot stay dormant. So by the time you keep your phone after 1 hour, do you want to be counting the ceiling? No. You have to do something. So those things that you are going to do, write them down. If it's a book you are going to read, or a chore that you are going to, or if you want to even really be intentional about this discipline thing, I think that something you can do is to leave your hard tasks for those moments where you know you are susceptible to doom scrolling.
Yeah.
For instance, you notice that if you come back from work now, maybe you come back by 5, you eat, bathe, arrange till 7 p.m. and then you pick your phone from 7 till 12. You can decide that, okay, I'm going to leave my plates, my dirty plates, instead of washing them in the morning. I'll wash them in the night. Come back. It sounds crazy, but it will help you to fill that space where you used to doom scroll. So I think that's one way that we can actually be disciplined. In case you just joined this podcast, maybe in case you are like some people that will start watching a video from the middle to the end and you now jump this point. What we are talking about, we're talking about distractions. We're talking about how, and we are measuring in on phone distractions, doom scrolling. And so I think that one way we can deal with this distraction of doom scrolling is by creating phone free time. You don't have to be on your phone for 24 hours. Like, there are some people that it looks like their life is inside their phone. Oh, somebody literally said that when his phone is down, he feels like he has died. Yes. But when there's power supply and the phone is charged, it's this energy. It's not normal to do. Let me tell you, it's not normal at all. That is a disorder of what is supposed to be normal. Yeah. Create phone free times. It gives your brain time to think. Yes. It gives your brain time to refresh. Because what a lot of us don't understand is the fact that when we are doing scrolling, we're actually doing work. Yes, you're busy. We feel like we are resting, relaxing. You're not relaxing anything. Your brain is working actively. Yeah. And that's the reason why you will notice that when you drop your phone, even without your conscious effort, your mind begins to replay the things you have collected. Yes. You are wondering, I'm watching plays. Why am I thinking of the comedy skit I watched? Your brain was actively working. So to refresh, gathering information. Yes, it was gathering information, even useful, and that's the crazy part. In doom scrolling, your brain is forced to gather both what is useful and what is unuseful. And then it distorts your focus. Because by the time your brain now wants to start filtering those information, maybe that's the time you now decide that, oh, I want to read my Bible, or you want to sleep, and then you are unable to sleep. You not be having bad dreams. You not be having bad dreams. Yes. Sorry. And you'll be feeling like, oh, maybe something is pursuing you from your village. No, it was the content you consumed. It's affecting your brain. It's affecting your rewiring. Yeah. So in creating phone-free times, you are actually telling yourself that, oh, I recognize that doom scrolling is a problem. I recognize that it's a distraction, and since I'm in control of my body, I'm dropping my phone for the next 1 hour. I'm dropping my phone for the next 2 hours. See, this thing we are talking about, I know it feels like, what's all those ones they talk, say? I want to drop my phone for 1 hour. But it's actually very possible. Oh, yes. I'm not trying to, I'm trying to hype myself, if you want to think of it like that. But I feel like to some extent, I practice this thing. Just keep your phone for some time. Do something else. Journal. Write in a book with bio. Don't tell me your notepad is on your phone. Because that same phone is where you have data, you have internet, you have Wi-Fi. And then as you are starting to write, you see a notification. So and so is playing football in so and so place. You are distracted. So please create phone-free times. Times where you just live. Just live freely. Just be. Like, just do something else that is not connected to your phone. And I also think they can
if you like, you can have somebody that you report yourself to, like an accountability partner. So
absolutely.
When I say, okay, I'm going to keep my phone away for 2 hours or 3 hours, and eventually I didn't meet up to the mark, and then another course is like this, and I say, goodness, I didn't meet up to this time. My goodness, is that like you don't know, just imagine, that kind of thing, and the person just makes you feel like, I'm not serious with my life. When you think about the embarrassment, you'd consider just keeping to your word and just being there and observing that discipline.
You just reminded me of something I watched yesterday. I was watching a video, a podcast on YouTube, and two men were talking, and the interviewee, that's the person that they were interviewing, was the guy who was interviewing was wild, because this person is actually I don't say semi-celeb, but that's how he introduced himself, but it's actually a celebrity.
Yeah.
And he was like, he spent little to no time on his phone every day. Like, he has a phone, but the phone is just for something important.
Yeah.
And then this guy that they were interviewing, he was now giving a story of one time where he had a very important project to work on, and he's a big man, so he has a lot of staff in his company, in his office, and he now dropped his phone with his staff and was like, I'm going to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, and if I request, it may be say if I use my phone, if I dare request for my phone, not that you could give me, I'm going to give everybody a $100 bill.
Oh,
do you know what that is? You give everybody, almost 200 people in your company.
So let's just forget about that phone for today. It's
not like he doesn't have the money. That's another point. He has the money, and he can do that thing comfortably. But he was like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
If I've said I'm going to do this thing, why not
Let me do it?
So it's not something difficult. You can actually leave your phone and just do some other things, and you will notice that you work very, very productively.
As a matter of fact, research has even shown, I think we're going to the impact of this. Research has actually shown that when you stay away from your phone for some time, you have time to think about your life.
Is there a way we can
you have time to think about your life. I mean, I used to say this phone used to make people insane.
It distracts
it just keeps you away from reality.
Unnecessarily busy.
So when you have that time away from it, your head is clear to now plan your life.
Sorry, just
yes.
There are sometimes that I will not have anything to do on my phone. Maybe I finish all my work for the day.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when this thing in me just wants to press my phone, I will start looking through my gallery.
To look for what?
Just this thing to want to touch your phone. It's a problem.
Really, it's something we need to check. You'll be able to make plans for the future. You begin to remember things that even God has said to you. You remember plans you had that you had made that did not find expression. You get? So I think if you guys will leave your phone small,
not too much.
Small. That's from 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then before you know, you are a master in this thing.
I think we should talk about the impact in terms of reduced productivity.
Okay.
There are certain people that feel like I'm a genius.
Yeah.
I can handle my phone, I can do whatever I want on my phone, and I'll still be productive. What those people don't understand is the fact that as you continue to entertain these distractions, with time, it will mess up your focus so bad that you that was productive 1 month ago will find it so difficult to come up with
what's it even called? Is it time span? What's this thing called? The span of focus.
Yes, your brain focus.
You will not be able to, you have a short
I know what you're trying to say. I've forgotten the word too.
Your attention span
yes.
will reduce. Actually, there was one time a friend of mine was always telling me, Esther, you used to lose, I lose focus very quickly.
So easily.
So I'm like, what's the problem? I was very busy that period of my life, and phone was not even my problem. But I was so busy that my brain was reducing my attention span. So I think even the phone, even scientists have said, even the rays of this light has effect on your body. So imagine that you are on it throughout the day, your laptop, your phone, and then you want to now produce something. You go through a lot.
Going to be very difficult.
It's going to take you time.
I think the direct correlation is the fact that when you give your brain to short form content, too much short form content. Like you said,
you're
already shortening your attention span. And what you don't understand is that by the time you now try to get yourself to do a long task, it automatically becomes boring.
Yes.
So you now notice that me that used to work for 2 hours before, I can no longer work for 2 hours stretch. Like by 30 minutes, something is already itching in me to do something else. Yes, that's the impact. So if you know you want to live a highly productive life, you want to live a life that is normal, that you will not regret, please avoid doom scrolling. By all means, cut down on your distractions, because you are the one that will feel that is enjoyment. And you know another deceptive thing, some of us that are creatives, we feel like, okay, if I'm online for 5 hours, it's because I'm doing something bad. I'm watching fellow creators, I'm learning new things. But please put a time. Yes, you're getting put a time tag to it. Like it should not be that the thing just they carry you, they go. Let it be that you are the one controlling it.
Yes, be in charge of it. Be in charge, not the other way. Yes, yes.
Because at the end of the day, it's your productivity that will still suffer. You will not be able to produce as much as you want to. And one thing I've noticed, then this one is not even just from research or other things. Personally, I used to tell my friends, I live my best life. Like I want to say bestest, but it's not a word. I live my very best life when I'm off social media.
Right.
My head just has time to be free.
And you can even connect with human beings.
You get, right? Without any distraction. Like
you will connect. Right. So that's another thing.
So I think our final takeaways today should be that, from my end, it should be that doom scrolling is something that is common in our world today. And then since we are believers, as an added advantage, I think one way we can detach ourselves from this fast-paced world, doom scrolling, distractions, and all of that, is to be more intentional with our use of time.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, doom scrolling boils down to wasting time.
Yes.
So when we become more intentional with our time, we become more focused on what it is we're meant to be pursuing per time, we're able to deal with these distractions.
Yes. So for me, I would say, know who you are. If you know who you are, many things will not come into your eyes. There are many things you'll be able to manage. There are many things you'll be able to fix. And then also guard your heart. As believers, the scriptures encourage us to guard our hearts, because out of it, your life will flow according to the things that you think on. And these things, our spirits, we are garbage in, garbage out. It's everything that you put inside that will multiply and come out for you. So if we begin to guard our hearts and there's a way to make that your, is it timeline now? There's a way to make your feeds, you align it so that the content you are even receiving are not doom. Right? Your information is productive, it is edifying you, it is making you a better person. So let us become conscious, like she said, intentional about the content we take in, and know who we are so that we can choose the right content.
Yes. And then finally, I would say that when you begin to intentionally practice the art and the habit of discipline, it has a way of controlling the things around you. In that, when you are somebody that is disciplined, naturally you just find it difficult to waste time on social media. It's going to be very difficult at first, this habit of discipline and self-control. But as you progress in it, we are assuring you that you'll be able to deal with your distractions and become more productive. So yes, it's time to talk to my dearest viewers. If you are a first timer, please, that button that is just down, I don't know, is it down here or down there, or the button is somewhere on your screen. There's subscribe on it. Just click on it. Nothing will happen to you. You are not paying 5 naira. You are just supporting us. If you are thinking that, oh, these beautiful ladies have spoken about something that has been in my heart for a while, how do I support them? Support us by subscribing. Support us by liking this video. Don't stop there. Support us by dropping a comment. Let us know how this blessed you. Lastly, support us by sharing this video with your friends, your loved ones, your family, and anybody at all that you feel like, oh, this person needs to be taught how to deal with their distractions. Until I come Till we come your way again next time, I remain Goodness Aliu and my friend is
Esther Nathaniel.
See ya.
Ciao.